Shout out to the Cows gang. I'm your host, Mr. Palmer, and welcome to the show, Victim or Volunteer. What I want y'all to do, grab the nearest couch, sit back, and enjoy the ride. Hey, when I was coming up on 89 Cottage Grove, there were a few times where a couple of people had got evicted, right? And being evicted is one thing that no one ever want to face. But there are hardships, there are unfortunate situations where they can't afford to pay the rent or the mortgage. And what happened is, at a certain day, your things will be thrown out. And that's one of the most embarrassing things as a kid. Now, fortunately for me, I never been evicted. But I knew a couple of people who I grew up with, people I went to school with, who have, right? So normally when the person's getting evicted, most time the person or the family is not there. So the county come in with some workers where they just throw everything out. Now, for those that don't know, them workers, they're gonna put stuff in their pocket, jewelry, money, and stuff like that. But for the main stuff that they see ain't worth taking, they throw it all out on the front lawn, right? And I used to see people from the block come over there and just grab their things and take it home like it's theirs, like they found a freebie, you know? And I never did it. I wanted to. I think I was around 13 years old, and I wanted to go grab, it was a radio. When my dad saw me go over there, he told me, nah, take your back over here. We don't do that. And then to be honest with you, I'm glad that he stopped me. But I was just trying to be slick. I'm seeing other people do it, other kids do it. But like I said, it's an unfortunate situation, and this is why we have to definitely handle our business and make sure that we got our resources in check so we won't go to something like that. So here's the thing. I decided to take a flight to ATL, and I said I was gonna fly out there. You know, it was actually 2 days ago, and I wanted to go see my family. I wanted to go out there in the A and see what's going on. It's nice and hot and sunny, you know what I mean? I just love the atmosphere. I couldn't live there, but I love to visit there. So I decided that I flowed out to ATL. So took the flight, landed safely, everything was good. So I get an Uber, I'm riding in the back like Miss Daisy, you know what I mean? Sitting back fresh and so clean, get my mind right, like I'm finna kick it, have a good time. But then as I was getting driven to my cousin's house, something just really blew me. I was driving past, and I'm out there in Clayton County, and it's a beauty mart with a whole bunch of black people, mostly black women. And I told the Uber driver, pull over. And I get out the car, and I see a whole bunch of wigs to eyelashes, fake jewelry, and beauty supplies all over the field. What? And when I mean field, I mean parking lot. You know, I'm from Cottage Grove. You know how I get out. You know, I ain't too clever like that. Bruh. But you have hundreds of people crowded around trying to get some freebies. And like I told y'all, when there's an eviction, at least from the hood on Cottage Grove where I'm from, they trying to take. They try to get theirs. They try to get freebies and stuff like that. It's open to the public. And they was standing around there. You'd have thought it was a Black Lives Matter rally. You'd have thought it was George Floyd all over again. And you have the Clayton County Sheriff's Department out there putting the caution sign tape, yellow tape around where can't nobody grab it. And boy, a lot of black women ain't like it. You even had a black woman talking about those are her crowns. These are black women crowns. Y'all need to check that out.
We are black women. We care about our crown. Why not give back to the community and let us get the products? Let us get the tools. Any other eviction.
A massive crowd converged on a shopping plaza in Clayton County earlier today. Hundreds showed up to a beauty supply store that deputies had just evicted, hoping to get some free merchandise.
Instead, law enforcement swarmed the area and put an end to that. Al Talksai's Rob Durienzo is live tonight at that shopping plaza. And Rob, you spoke with Sheriff Levon Allen.
I did. That's exactly right. Good evening to you both. We'll show you what he said in just a moment. But the people I spoke with said they didn't come down here to steal anything. They thought this mountain of merchandise sitting in front of this beauty store behind me was fair game. And then, as time went on, hundreds of people showed up.
First it was calm, and then I guess everybody made a phone call and it got a little out of control, a little like Freaknik 96.
Soon after, Clayton County deputies evicted this beauty supply store off Terra Boulevard, dumping their inventory in the parking lot. A lot of people showed up, hoping to snatch up some free stuff.
Wigs, braided hair, makeup, lashes, earrings.
Instead, Clayton County Police, sheriff's deputies, and Riverdale Police created a perimeter around the merch. Then they brought in dump trucks and vans carrying incarcerated workers to clean it all up.
When citizens are evicted, things are up for grabs. So we was assuming that the things were up for grabs.
And a lot of people we spoke with say that was their impression showing up here too.
And as somebody who is in the beauty industry, it definitely would have been helpful.
Kids could use the supplies for hair, it's book bags in there, it's shoes in there, because the hair store sells all kind of things.
Georgia law says once a judge issues what's called a writ of possession in eviction cases, deputies can go in and toss out the tenant's belongings. Once it's in the street, those belongings are generally considered abandoned.
People get evicted on the street, they're not like this. They don't make sure people's stuff don't get touched when we get evicted.
Fox 5's I-Team found a judge granted a writ of possession to the store's landlord 2 weeks ago, which deputies served this past Friday. So I asked Sheriff Levon Allen why he doesn't consider this property abandoned. And they could do a lot of good with it versus it just going to sit in a dump somewhere. Whose property is it now? And if you couldn't hear too well at the end, it was a little difficult to listen to. Sheriff Allen said essentially that this was the store's property, but meanwhile, these people here really, they had a different understanding of this all. And again, our reading of the state law was that this was essentially abandoned property. Russ?
Well, obviously the property has value, but it certainly looked like it had been thrown out like trash. Rob, do we know where those trucks ended up? Where'd they take all that merchandise?
And Russ, that's a question a lot of people even still have been coming by and asking, where did they put all of this stuff? I want to show you a video that Lovejoy Police posted a little while ago. They say these are these products in the landfill. They say all of those items are being destroyed, telling people not to show up at that landfill, adding they will be monitoring the area. Russ, back to you.
So much interest in all of that stuff. Does seem like a waste for it to end up in a landfill. Rob, thanks.
Did y'all hear that? I guess they really need their crowns. You know, when I think of crowns, you think of kings, queens, whether it's Roman, whether it's over there with Henry VIII, whether it's over there, in the motherlands with Shaka Zulu, and so on. But they need their crowns. They gotta make ends meet and everything else under the sun. So just take a look at all this stuff. And I'm wondering, how did this happen? Why is all this stuff dumped out in the parking lot? Well, come to find out, the unfortunate situation was the owner had passed away and the rent wasn't paid. What ended up happening was the officer spoke out to the crowd, basically telling them, hey, you're not going to be able to just come in and just get this. We're going to contact the family. But you know what? I'm going to let him speak instead of me.
There was a few posts on Facebook and stuff like that saying if you pay $40, you can go in and dig through and get whatever items that you wanted. That's not true. All items have been destroyed.
Hey man, you heard what he said, man. They can't, go in there and just take whatever you want. What? And I don't think they got in contact with the family. It seemed to me that the police department seized it. What? And no one was able to take anything. Now, when it come back to this rent that was on, the renter was evicted over $15,000 of not having basically back rent on. It's old, but unfortunately, like I said, the gentleman died. Rest in peace to him and to his family. But this Beauty Mart store is located in the Upper Riverdale Road. And the bad news for black women. The bad news for black women is the merchandise, all that hair stuff, the eyelashes, the fake jewelry, and beauty supply stuff, all that was taken to a landfill and destroyed. No one was able to get their handouts, they freebie, they gift, they crowns, they Royal Highness jail, whatever they was trying to get, they couldn't get it. And they said the store's place, all that stuff was in the parking lot. It did cause a frenzy because people was there trying to get there. They was mad, people spoke their piece. So now basically they got to go back to purchasing it and buying it and not getting handouts. So if you go look at the scene of the store, you don't see nothing but some paper and scattered stuff on the ground because all the rest of the stuff has been taken. And now it's gone, and they was told that if y'all come over there, they will be monitoring. So even if you want to go to the landfill, you can't get that either. So with that being said, a lot of people was disappointed, mad, pissed, and I'm not gonna lie to you. After I saw that and saw how it ended, saw how people was mad going to a frenzy and stuff, I told the Uber driver, because I stayed out there about 4 hours, at least an hour. And when I saw that commotion, saw all that stuff, I told the Uber driver to take me back to the airport. So I took back to the airport and flew my ass back to Chicago, because what I want to be around that for? You know what I'm saying? You had one woman that even said, how y'all gonna take some stuff that ain't yours? It's free. And that's my point. Well, how can you take some stuff that's not yours either? And then also, she said, so I got my 2 baskets and took the bus or whatever to get down here and get some free stuff, said another man in the parking lot. You can't make this up. So yeah, a lot of people didn't like this stuff. So a lot of people didn't appreciate what the officers did. But I'm good, because I'm back at home. I'm back in the bed. I'm finna relax, because that just blew me big time. I didn't even go see my family and friends. I said, hell with this, I'm out of here. So I gotta know, Couch Gang, is the black women, the black community, when it comes to not getting free handouts of hair products, wigs, lashes, fake jewelry, hair products, are they a victim or volunteer? Y'all let me know. I gotta know what y'all think. Are they victims or volunteers? Y'all tell me what y'all think. Appreciate y'all tuning in. I'm Mr. Palmer, and this conversation is over. Couch Gang, Couch Gang.